Manufacturing a helicopter structure poses a unique set of problems for the designers. They need to create a large, usable cabin space whilst also making it strong and lightweight. Now, in order to do this, you need to know how the materials behave. So we're going down to CTE, or Composite Test and Evaluation, to see what they're doing to test the materials.
So the way the process works is we develop the architecture for the structure, how we carry the loads, how we mold the parts, and then that feeds into how we make the tests to do coupon testing and sample testing from different areas of the part. We go away and do the coupon testing first for static loads, limit loads, fatigues, all these sorts of things, and that gives us the core material properties that our process will deliver when we make that material in that part. We then use that in the final design and the final lifing of the structure, and that gives us a great deal of confidence that when we make the part, it'll do what we think it will. And then we produce those parts, so let's say the monolage or the tail boom or the horizontal stabilizer, and then all of those things will go onto a full-scale test rig, and we test them for static loads, limit loads, and also for fatigue loads. So you test the whole structure at full scale, but before you go to the cost and expense of doing these big, massive scale tests, you have to be very sure that you're going to pass it. Otherwise, it's a lot of time and money down the toilet. So you do it in this progressive manner to push the risk out the program. Make sure you're going to pass the test before you sit it, and that's the most rapid way to get through the development of the structure. Everything that we do has to be tested, irrespective of the high level of analysis and design that we use. You still have to test absolutely everything. And so when it comes to the composites, as I think we've talked about before, you have to remember that you're not just making the part, but you're also making the material at the same time. So when we develop a composite part, we have to test the material properties that the process that creates the part generates. And so with the composite structures that we've got in the aircraft, we've got a vast array of different types of fabrics that get mixed with resin and core materials to give us the structural and structural dynamic properties that we need for the aircraft fuselage. And so the UD testing that we're doing at the moment is there to qualify the strength, the stiffness, and the failure behavior of these composite materials all the way through their operating range, all the way up to actual failure in a crash scenario or something like that.
So the tests that are happening today are going to be tensile, compression, in-plane and interlaminate. Now I was speaking with the people from CTE and they were saying they measure two main parameters. They measure the stress and the strain. They do this by measuring the load put on the material, and they measure the strain by using extensometers. And they do this all the way up until failure.
Now, in areas that are experiencing very high loads in a particular direction, it's important and advantageous to use unidirectional fibres. So fibres where all of the carbon fibres run in one direction. And we align that with the direction that the part's loaded in to give us the lightest, stiffest, strongest part. When you're trying to design an aircraft, it's all about getting the weight out. You need to deliver just the performance that you need, nothing more, and to do that for the absolute minimum weight. And you know, there's an old joke with aerospace structural engineers where they don't say whether the glass is half empty or half full. If it's half empty, it's oversized and overweight. And so we're trying to squeeze every last gram out of the fuselage. So when we do these tests, we have to work out what the repeatable level of performance that we can get out of the materials is, and then we use every last bit of that to design a structure that's as light as we possibly can, because that's how you get a lightweight, high-performance helicopter.
A big thank you to CTE for showing us around their facility and giving us an insight into what it is they're doing for Hill Helicopters. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to follow along as we further develop the HX50.